Hey everybody, it's Rainy here with another real life situation. Back in the building again. Shout out to all the love I've been getting, all the emails, all the seeds sown. Just happy to be back in this seat again. It seems like every time I sit right here, the enemy fight me, he attack me. So just continue to pray for me, Soul Tribe, as I get these downloads and express them. Again, thanks for all the donations and all the love that I've been getting. Special shout out to my cousin Janie in New York. She's been very supportive and really been motivating and encouraging to me to keep pushing. I'm pushing, y'all. I'm pushing. Like I said, I ain't going away with my red lipstick. Well, I have something very special today that I want to share. Today we're going to talk about KISS. KISS. Again, appreciate everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe. Of course, you know my Cash App is Steph $Rain. So let's talk about a kiss. A kiss is a touch with the lips as a sign of love, sexual desire, reverence, or greeting. You can blow a kiss. You can throw a kiss. Or it could just be a simple kiss. A kiss suggests honor and or respect. A kiss could also represent friendship or acceptance. You may receive a kiss from someone close to you, such as family, friends, church members, your husband, your wife, your children, or even a lover. You have to be close enough to a person for a kiss to take place. This means your guard is down. You feel relaxed, and you know how some people say, let your hair down, let your hair down. Or you're comfortable. I used to always tell my son to go put his arm out like this and put his arm out like this. And if somebody in that space and you did not invite them there, they're invading your space, because that's real up close and personal. You got to be careful who you kiss. You got to be careful who you let kiss you. My grandma used to always say, every grin ain't a friend. And this is where your spirit of discernment come in at. You got to know that every grin ain't a friend. So your discernment is needed and necessary to see the spirit of that person behind that grin. Now, it's one thing to be hated or disliked or have known enemies. You know who your enemies are. You can identify them. You know y'all don't get along. You know y'all ain't the same speed. You know it's your rivalry or whatever the case may be. It's a known enemy. So you automatically have your guards up when it's a known enemy. But what happens when you have a Judas in your life? You know Judas kissed Jesus right before he betrayed him for 30 pieces of silver, which is $91 through $441 in USD currency. So Judas was actually close to Jesus. He was within that proximity that we spoke about earlier, that I told my son about. Jesus even called him friend. Now, how do you handle a kiss before betrayal? You definitely have to be strong to endure a kiss before betrayal. Because like I said earlier, you're comfortable with them. You let your guards down. They in your proximity. They in they're in your personal space. So we have to ask ourselves today, Soul Tribe. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. We talking about a real life situation. We talking about a kiss today. Have you ever asked yourself, who is your Judas? It could be a co-worker. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. Sometimes it could be your husband, wife, or your children. Them co-workers that be skinning and grinning that ain't your friend be in your face while they cutting your hours. You showing them how to get their rent paid and to pay their light bill and water bill, skinning and grinning while they behind your back taking your hours, trying to take food out your mouth, you and your family mouth. It could be a family member. They don't show no love. They don't support none of your endeavors. Always got something to say. It could be a friend. Simply not happy for you. Oh, we good long as you on my level and I don't feel like you passing me. It could be your children. Sometimes kids just ungrateful for the little things. Not understanding your sacrifices that you made for them. My question is why? Why pretend? Why act? Why deceive? Why hide? You got to hide. You got to be deceptive. Remember, every grin ain't a friend. Let that sit in for a minute. Right under there, say, if it, like the old folks said, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. Right underneath your nose. Right there in your proximity. Right there in your face. Work beside them every day. Could even live with them. Sometimes you can be sleeping with the enemy. It takes a lot of energy to be fake. You can't wear that mask for so long. So who is your Judas, Soul Tribe? And it's cool. Everybody not going to like everybody. You don't necessarily have to be a bad person for, but you just might not be for me. Or I might not be for you and vice versa, you know. Just because that person is not on your same pathway, not going on your same journey, you know, you're not confidants. That doesn't mean they're a bad person. Don't mean I'm a bad person. Some people just don't mix. Some people just going in two different directions, going back to staying in your lane. Discerning. Knowing who's temporary and knowing who's permanent. So you have to ask yourself, real life situation, who is your Judas? And why are they the Judas in your life? Because, I mean, personally, with the stuff I go through, they trying to bully me on my job right now. So if the devil ain't trying to bully you and do something to you, then you must not be doing that right. Because if you already work for the devil, then what do you need to bother you for? Or it could just simply be your light. You ever ask yourself, well, dang, they got way more than me. They got a family, a car, a big house, a nice job, currency, money in the bank. Sometimes it ain't about what you got. Sometimes it's about your aura, your energy, the anointing on your life, the God in you, the light that you walk in. When you walk in with that light, people they want to stay in the darkness. They want to stay in the darkness. When that light step in the room, we set the temperature, we thermostats. And darkness can't dwell where light is. So a lot of times when I go through, people don't like me for no reason or want to just aggravate me because you miserable. So when I went through last week, I said, look, let me get up out this group chat because this person just miserable. And misery love company. I'm not going to be your company. Leave chat. On my day off, you want to aggravate me because you miserable. Come on now. I'm not doing it. You're miserable, you're bitter, you're unhealed, unhappy, jealous, low self-esteem. Just your energy just all off. You need to go somewhere and heal. If you go somewhere and heal, you won't be mad at nobody to pull up in a new car with a new hairdo, with some new clothes on, with the nails done. Just being happy. Because you bitter. Just miserable. Nitpick everything. And you wonder why you always sick. and you're having spousal problems. You really don't have no time to be focused and nitpicking on nobody else, and you don't have it together. Judas, trying to hide and cloak yourself. Sometimes you can just be sleeping with the enemy, sleeping with him every night. And sometimes people want to gang up on you. They want to gang up on you because they feel like you weak, because they don't see you rolling with no crowd or with nobody else. But just you don't know who people rolling with. You don't know who their soul tribe is. You don't know who their ancestors are. You don't know that people have guardian angels. Just a chosen one. God's child. You got to be careful how you treat God's children. And that karma coming. I just pray about it. I give it to God. You got to gang up on somebody. A little old me. You got to recruit people. Recruit them. Backstab, manipulate, puppet master. I always ask myself, I wonder how Jesus felt after Judas kissed him and betrayed him. How did he feel? How do you feel, Soul Tribe? Real life situation. When you deal with a Judas, how do you deal with a Judas? Give me some feedback. Y'all give me some comments. Like, share, subscribe. Real life situations. We talking about a kiss today. How can something that feels so good be so bad for you? A simple kiss. A kiss of deception. A kiss of deceit. You in my energy. I let you in to my space and you betray me after a kiss. One of my juices in my life was my ex-husband. Took my son from me. I would never thought that he would never do nothing like that. Married to that man for years. My own mother was non-nurturing at all. When I moved up to New York, when she shipped me down here with my grandma at 8 months, when I moved up there, she had a goddaughter that she was nurturing while I was down in the South. These bosses on these jobs, you come in, you help them out, they're in a bad situation. Don't nobody want to come to work. You come in, you work, you do your job, you do what you got to do. Everybody have problems. Life happens. You get a flat tire, family situations. You might not be able to come in, but for the most part, you there. You reliable. They act one way in your face, and then turn around and act another way when another coworker come around. Now, I done sat here and watch you talk about this person, but you skinning and grinning. So what you doing for me? You doing the same thing to me. Matter of fact, I caught you picking on me. You got to be careful when you mess with God people. It's a dangerous game. It's a real dangerous game. Got your friends. Judas is a friend. All around you, secretly praying on your downfall. When I got my first Mercedes-Benz, I had people that was riding in the front seat. I heard talking about, she ain't gonna have it long. Or you're on the phone gossiping. Oh, that's how they got it. They got it through this way and they got it through that way. Instead of just saying, I'm happy for them. They got a nice ride. Or they had a nerve to say, oh yeah, you got a car. How long you gonna keep it? How long I'm gonna keep my car and you ain't never had one? You ain't never had no car, but you gonna ask me how long I'm gonna have mine. How long I'm gonna keep it? When you ain't never had one that can be kept. Do you even have a license? Boy, I tell you. Sometimes your own family, they don't be supportive. You go to jail or something. Go to jail. Be on the phone with everybody telling them how you locked up. Graduate from medical school. Get a new car. Purchase a home. My son just graduated. with an excellent GPA. But see, when it comes down to stuff like that, it's crickets. You don't hear nothing when you being successful. Crickets. Quiet as a mouse. Let your car get repoed. Everybody on the phone then. I told y'all, keep y'all mouth off of people. That's a form of witchcraft too. Put your mouth on people. It's witchcraft. Your words. So through all that, you gotta keep your strength. You got to keep going. You can't give up. You got to push. You got to pray. And be alert, be aware, and know. Please like, share, subscribe. Real life situations, y'all. You got to pray for discernment so God can reveal your Judas. They be right there, sit right, your ride or die. Ride in the car with you everywhere you go. Live your life, real life situation. Be happy. They tell me the greatest revenge is success. That's why I'm about to go back to school and get my real estate license. I said, oh, they cut my hours. That's cool. God gonna make time for me to do more podcasts. Go back and get my real estate license. Focus on my brand. And God will work it out. I don't even need your little hours. You think you're doing something. What you're doing is pushing me towards success. Thank you. Thank you very much. I ain't missed a beat yet. Bill still paid. Nail still done. Okay. God is good to me. Real life situations. Who is your Judas? Identify your Judas. Protect your energy. Protect your spirit. Say, keep them people. You know, you have to ask yourself, a wise man told me, when you define your relationship, you have to define your relationships. Either they add to you, subtracting from you, multiply you, or dividing you. That's how you divine your relationships. Ask yourself, what is this person doing in my life? It's a simple math equation. Real life situation. Soul Tribe. Thank y'all for all y'all love and support. Thank you for the emails. Thank you for the gifts. So I'm out, y'all. Another real life situation. I hope y'all enjoy y'all Friday night. Y'all be safe out there. And just remember, it's always a Judas in the building. Real life situations.